I hear a lot from clients, and I know I struggle with this myself, around getting your needs met or expressing your needs, when people say, but I don't even know what my needs are, right? I'm not even really sure what my feelings or my needs are, which is very, very common in the early stages of recovery from codependency. And by the way, I'm not even in my early stages and I still struggle with that. So just know that this is a lifelong journey. But if that is something that's coming up for you, if you're thinking to yourself, I'm not really sure how to express my needs because I don't know what they are, what I will say as a bit of a strategy, sometimes we don't know what our needs are until they're not met. Okay. So it's almost like you can back your way into what a need is by paying really close attention to your internal system, your internal barometer of resentment. I talk about resentment all the time in my codependency work. So if something happens and I'm feeling resentful, okay, and I don't care what level of resentment, it could be like the tiniest little bit of resentment, I need to really focus in and pay attention to where that emotion is coming from. What happened? What is spurring this on? What is that connected to? Usually, if you're working on your codependency, I say that that resentment is like your codependency has been triggered. It's been activated, right? And it's asking you to pay attention. So needs are similar. Sometimes I don't actually know that this was a need until I'm feeling pissed off or resentful or some sort of way about the fact that it wasn't done or this thing was done, if my need is that it doesn't get done, right? And then if I can be mindful and notice when I feel that feeling of like, oh, this doesn't feel good, and I check in, I might be able to go, oh shit, one of my needs was that my partner check in with me when they get home, right? As just, I don't know, the first example that came to mind. And I didn't realize that that was a need of mine until I started feeling pissed off and resentful that we would hang out and then I just wouldn't hear from them until the next day. Just again, to give a really broad, random example. So sometimes it takes it actually, it's a turning inward. It's a mindful approach to looking inward and saying, what is going on? Where is that coming from? But then the hard part, the extra credit, is then you actually putting words to it and then communicating that need, even in the form of an unmet need to the other person.